Hello friends, and welcome back to another shop visit. Finish off this cherry burl. We did that little platter and right now it sits on an easel in the house. So thanks for joining us. We hope you're enjoying these shop visits. We've got a lot of stuff planned for the future, different projects, stuff and things that you're going to enjoy. So before we get rolling and before Bailey finds a spot to rest here in the shop, please give us a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe, hit the little bell notification to get notifications rather. So without further ado, let's turn this lathe on and spin some wood. So with this being a burl, there's a lot of unruliness, let's say, to the piece. So right now, I actually have this just on a screw sitting in the truck. So yeah, that's the plan. Knock this down and put a foot on it. As you know, when you're turning wood, there's always different options of what to do with that piece of wood. They always make great presents. So one of the things when you do the bolt in the face and then put that into the jaws, when you're rough cutting, it can loosen up a little bit, so I had to stop and do that. You can see this is coming along pretty well. I'm going to preserve some of this. I don't want to remove all of this bark. I'm going to continue working on this and getting my bowl shape. I do want to get a foot in here though, and be able to flip this around and put it on the chuck and then be able to hollow it out. But anyway, you know, that's my thought process. Work on this, take part of this away, and should look nice and burly underneath and be a really attractive cherry bowl. So on we go. Some people take the bark off before they spin the wood. I don't always do that, but it's like a scab. You start picking at it and you know what happens. But I don't know, does anybody skin their knee riding skateboards and bicycles and stuff anymore? I sure hope so. Yep. All right. It's a pretty well balanced piece, really. Just trying to be cognizant of what I need for the inside thickness to leave some of this stuff. So take a little bit more of this off so that this doesn't have to be so thick on the inside. If that makes sense. I think it does. Just a little off the top. Still need just a little bit more. Now I'm starting to hit this spot up here. It is what it is. So this bark can come off. I was cleaning up, so I just put my chisels away. Just turn it off. So we've positioned the tool rest, made my measurement. I've got a little mark right here with the tool of where I want my foot to be. I gotta make sure I go in deep enough so that I can preserve and go in behind the burl there, because it may not be the best fit the way that it's sitting right now, but this gives me a little bit more bowl, put a little bit of weight on the bottom, and just the way that I like to do it. Hopefully that when you're turning, you can have that in mind, that your tools, your lathe, your piece, your decision. All right, people. We are rolling and recording and spinning wood. So you can see I have to go in a little bit more, not as deep as I'd like to be, and of course this tool, being what it is, drifts a little bit when it's in the work, so we shall spin. Now normally I've got this a little low, so I just have to raise this up just a bit. No, there you go. Get that in there. Put a nice little profile down there. Straighten this up. Whoa. Now watch yourself there. Just give it a little bit of a scrape. Go back to the spindle gouge, just kind of give that a nice little, nice and flat. That's how I like it anyway. We'll shut this off and just see. So that is not going to be deep enough for me to grab a hold of. But we can go in a little bit more, but you can see that it's actually starting to come out pretty well. And just isn't going to be enough to grab a hold of. I'm going to go a little bit deeper just so I can make this a little bit more of a piece for it to grab a hold of. Lots on this side, but I need something opposite just to be able to put a little bit more force against so I can hold that in there. And yeah, so just make it a little bit deeper. Well, you can see this is going to turn out to be a really nice piece. We'll leave as much of that bark in as we can, clean it up. And I'll try and get most of this outside done so that it's almost ready to finish before I flip her around and put her on the jaws, but gotta go a little bit deeper than that. I want to preserve as much of this as I can. That's a little more what I was looking for. A little bit deeper. I think that should do it. I just want to clean this up a little bit. I'm just going to move this out of the way, hit it with a little bit of sandpaper so that at least this part is finished inside here. For the bottom, and there should be enough in there for the sides to grab a hold of, and just checking for any gouge marks on the side. There's a little ridge right there that and there's a little gouge right there. Those can be cleaned up later, but I'll just hit this with some sandpaper right now. And now, that is looking pretty nice. Might need a little bit here and there, but this one is almost done on the outside. Could probably go a little bit more with it. This is 220. And this is 320. There. Look at that already. The shine coming through just from those. So 100 grit, 220, 320, and then the synthetic stainless steel wool. You can see that shine that's on there already. I might need a little bit of a touch up, but that's all right. And then might have to level this out. We'll see how the bowl fits. So I was just about to take this off, flip it around, and a mental note that I'll need for when I'm working on the other side is, because I wanted the meat for the chuck jaws, I'm gonna have to just put a little flatten this bottom here so it sits better. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. Off she comes. Put that nice little shape. Pretty neat, eh? Well, that's gonna look pretty nice. Yes, sir. So, I would love to hear what some of your favorite YouTube channels are. There's definitely anything you want, as we've discussed in the past, and that fascinates me. So feel free to put something in the comments about your favorite YouTube channels. We're gonna finish